तरीका इसमें ये है कि आप इसको साफ साफ यहाँ लिख लीजिए, आपको जितना वैकेंसी भरना ना उस तरह से लिख लीजिए, वरना उस कागज में अगर आप सिलेक्शन का कोशिश करेंगे तो थोड़ा सा बहुत कंफ्यूजन हो जाएगा, इट विल बिकम कॉम्प्लिकेटेड। तो आपको 17 वैकेंसी में से कितना अनरिजर्व से भरना है? 10। तो UR 10 लिख लीजिए। ओबीसी कितना भरना है? 4 और शेड्यूल ट्राइब 2 और EWS। तो इस तरह से आप लिख लीजिए and then select your candidates. OBC UR में you start with UR first 6 7 8 9 10, then you select 4 OBCs 1 2 3 4, then select 2 scheduled tribe 1 2 and then select 1 EWS। इस तरह से अगर आप लिखेंगे, और लिखेंगे कैसे एक बार सुन लीजिए, it will help you, it will help many people understanding just their abbreviation names and their marks, names and marks, and this is the way you have to do it and this is the way you have to display the results in your website। आपको मालूम होगा गवर्नमेंट के भी इंस्ट्रक्शंस हैं, after people are selected you display the results in the website। तो आप यहाँ पे एब्रीविएशन लिखेंगे और उनका नंबर लिखेंगे ब्रैकेट में मार्क्स। सो उससे आपको ये पता लग जाएगा कि नंबर हायर नंबर वाला छूट तो नहीं गया गलती से, ठीक है। अब कई लोग कहते हैं सर इसका प्रोग्रामिंग कर दो, तो प्रोग्रामिंग हो सकता है, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट उसका बेसिक फिलॉसफी मुझे समझ में आना चाहिए कैसे सिलेक्शन होगा। सो वी आर स्टार्टिंग विद UR, वी हैव टू सिलेक्ट 10 UR, 4 OBCs, 2 STs and 1 EWS। So your time starts now. Do it and then discuss with your honorable neighbor। And you commit one mistake, there are 2 court cases, remember that। एक गलती 2 कोर्ट केस। Can we write if you have done it? "17 candidates." All right. So tell me who will come here first. We'll write here, okay? So we will write. You will tell me the names and the marks. I'll write it here. So who comes first? Rajendra Gowda. So Gowde. So we write RG. His marks is 99. Scheduled tribe, own merit. So we can write scheduled tribe, own merit. This will help us to know that we have not found any scheduled tribe so far. We have selected only unreserved tribe. Is that okay? He has taken a fee concession. So fee concession is no concession. You will have to give fee concession to SC/ST. Who is second? Sandeep Mukherjee. Marks 98.4. Third, you don't have to write general because in the UR only SC/ST you have to write SC/ST. S. Kumar. Marks 96. Fourth, G. Suresh. Somebody saying no, sir. G. Suresh. Marks? Very good. Marks 95. M. Ratan. Marks 94. Then Melvin Fellero 92. Anybody SC/ST out of this? Adriel Gomes 90, scheduled tribe on merit. Vidya Halpati. Marks 89 OBC on merit. S branch पे, yes, 87.5. Marks, SC, ST, anything? No, nothing? Okay. Last? Verma, he's saying you are saying Prakash Gore. Roshan Verma or Prakash Gore? Oh, no problem, you might have missed Roshan Burman, 86.5. And the unreserved closes. That means this year, no general category person will be selected, however high his marks may be. Whereas, possibly, a scheduled caste, scheduled tribe or EWS may be selected with much lesser marks. But the general category candidate cannot be selected if his marks are less than 86.5 this year. That is the first implication of reservation. Reservation means relaxation, and that would mean an SC, ST with much lesser marks will have to be selected. But there is no relaxation in unreserved category. So everybody competes as per his merit. Whoever gets more marks gets selected. Kindly note, we have already selected 2 scheduled tribes here, but they will not be considered as scheduled tribe for the purpose of reservation here. Is that okay? So now we have to select 4 OBCs. How many OBCs? 4 OBCs? Okay. So who are they? Huh? Kirti? One name should come from this side. Kirti Kanta Kumba. God knows who gave her this name. But she has got 98 marks. She has got 98 marks. Why she did not come here? Because she has taken some relaxation. Otherwise she would have come here. तो अगर इसने रिलैक्सेशन नहीं लिया होता तो वो यहाँ होती, वो यहाँ होती तो कौन मरता है यहाँ? ये बेचारा मर जाता। इसकी किस्मत किससे चुकी हुई है? कीर्ति कुमारे कुंभर। Am I clear? अब देखिए कितना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है रिजर्वेशन। दूसरा कौन आएगा? हैं? पूजा नायक। कितने नंबर हैं? 97 यहाँ क्यों नहीं आया? ये क्या घूम रहा है? तो बाद में कर देना यार, छोड़ दो उसको, ये बहुत डिस्टर्ब करेगा, बाद में कर देना, इसे बाद में कर लेना। पूजा नायक यहाँ क्यों नहीं आई? एज रिलैक्सेशन दे। अगर इसने एज रिलैक्सेशन नहीं लिया होता, इसने भी नहीं लिया होता, तो इन दोनों का पत्ता साफ हो जाता। तो इन दोनों को किसको थैंक यू बोलना चाहिए? के और पीएम को जाके कि थैंक यू वेरी मच, यू हैव मेड एज रिलैक्सेशन। एम आई क्लियर? फोर्थ और थर्ड कौन आएगा? बाबलू आर्या। कितने नंबर हैं? 88.5 हैं? बोलिए। 17 तो ऑलरेडी हो चुका सिलेक्ट। आप देखिए ना, यहाँ नाम बताइए 17 का क्या है? तो विद्या आ तो चुकी है यहाँ, विद्या हल करे। हाउ डू नो अल्पट्टी आउटसाइड? चेक करके तो रिजल्ट निकाला है। और वैसे हलपट्टी कहाँ से आई है? तो फिर वो तो यूआर में आई है, कहीं से भी आ सकती है, रोक सकते हैं आप? Can Goa say कि Karnataka cannot apply? How can you? Is there? If you apply that rule, you will be immediately hit by the Constitution, Article Clause 2 of Article 16. No discrimination on the basis of place of birth, etc. Madam, you can stop them for reservation, but you cannot stop them from coming as a UR. आप रिजर्वेशन मना कर सकते हो, उसको यहाँ की नहीं है वो. Am I clear? डोमिसाइल में आप मना नहीं कर सकते किसी को, तो कर दीजिए मना. फोर्थ कौन आएगा बताइए, क्या नाम है, एब्रीविएशन बताइए. PS. पैनी नायक. कितने नंबर है? 60. वेरी. अब देखिए 66 वाला सिलेक्ट हो जाएगा या जनरल कैटेगरी का 86 वाला सिलेक्ट होगा. Because there is no reservation for general, there is reservation for SC, ST, OBC. Am I clear? शेड्यूल ट्राइब बताइए. शेड्यूल ट्राइब लेने की जरूरत है? 2 ले तो चुके हैं हम, 2 ले लिया, अब क्या लेना और? हाँ? क्यों लेना है? 2 ले तो चुके हैं हम, एक ये आ गया, एक ये आ गया. वो रिजर्व कैटेगरी में नहीं. 2 और लेने पड़ेंगे, 2 और लेने पड़ेंगे तो हमें नीचे जाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है ना, अगर नहीं मिलता है तो ज्यादा नंबर वाला. अब बताइए कौन आएगा यहां पे? डॉक्टर क्या फर्नांडिस. कौन सा नंबर है? डॉक्टर VK फर्नांडिस. कितने नंबर है? 55 वाला आ गया. क्यों? जोर क्या है इसमें? आपको पॉलिसी बनाना चाहिए था. आपको पता नहीं है कि एग्जाम होने वाला है, 2 लोग 1 नंबर आ सकते हैं. तो इसका मतलब जो भी रिक्रूटिंग करेगा उसको एक पॉलिसी बनाना पड़ेगा. एंड दैट पॉलिसी मस्ट बी बेस्ड ऑन सम रैशनल कंसीडरेशन. एज जिसका ज्यादा होगा उसको ले लेंगे, या जिसका जनरल स्टडीज में नंबर होगा ज्यादा उसको ले लेंगे, या क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड में ज्यादा होगा उसको ले लेंगे. यू हैव टू फॉर्म सम काइंड ऑफ पॉलिसी, बट दैट पॉलिसी मस्ट बी रैशनल. मैं एक जगह पर गया था, उन्होंने कहा सर 2 कैंडिडेट के एक ही नंबर थे, तो हमने उसको ले लिया सर जिसका फादर कैंसर से मरने वाला था, उसको ले लिया. तो ठीक नहीं लग रहा वैसे, देखिए वैसे कॉमन सेंस से ठीक ही लग रहा है. 2 कैंडिडेट आपके सामने, एक कह रहा है सर मेरे फादर कैंसर में मरने वाला है सर, एक कह रहा है सर मेरे फादर बहुत पहलवानी करते हैं, तो ही इज अ रेसलर. तो आप किसको लेंगे? दिल क्या करेगा आपको? ये जरा मरने वाला उसको ले लेगा. लेकिन if that policy will be immediately challenged. It has nothing to with the nature and duties of the post. उसका कोई कनेक्शन नहीं बनेगा. तो वो आप डिसाइड कर लीजिए. तो किसको लेंगे आप? 2 लोग 1 नंबर के हैं. कौन है? हैं? बताइए कौन है 2 शेड्यूल ट्राइब 1 नंबर वाले? श्री राम खेडेकर और विशाल रघोबा गांवकर. किसको ले बताइए? विशाल को ऑलरेडी लिया है. किसी को भी ले लें, टॉस कर दीजिए. बिकॉज बट रिमेंबर इट हैज टू बी सम रैशनल कंसीडरेशन. तो डेट ऑफ बर्थ जिसका ज्यादा उसको ले लें. ये पॉलिसी बना सकते हैं आप. अब मान लो दोनों का डेट ऑफ बर्थ भी सेम है, ट्विंस हैं, तो आपको ये भी बनाना पड़ेगा. डेट ऑफ बर्थ सेम है तो कुछ और देखना पड़ेगा. सो दैट पॉलिसी यू विल हैव टू मेक इट. नॉर्मली इन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया यूपीएससी वी हैव, जिसके जनरल स्टडीज में नंबर ज्यादा होगा उसको ले लो. तो आप कोई भी पॉलिसी बना सकते हैं. इट मस्ट बी रैशनल. हाँ, तो आपको बनाना पड़ेगा पॉलिसी. आपने बनाया जीके में सेम है, दोनों का जीके में सेम है. फिर आपने कहा बाप का नाम अल्फाबेटिकली जिसका सेम है वो भी सेम निकला, फिर माँ का नाम वो भी सेम निकला. फिर कुछ तो आपको बनाना पड़ेगा पॉलिसी. मुझ पे गुस्सा करने का फायदा नहीं है. आप गुस्सा तो किसको ले? खेडेकर को ले लेते हैं, नाम ठीक लग रहा है, प्रोनाउंसिएशन सही है ना इसका। श्री राम खेडेकर, श्री राम खेडेकर 54.5। अब एक और आदमी लेना हमको, क्या लेना है? EWS है कोई? EWS कौन है? राम काले? ये राम काले कौन बोला? गोविंद भटपटेकर, गोविंद भटपटेकर आ जाए। तो आपने 17 कैंडिडेट सिलेक्ट कर लिए, अब इसको डिस्प्ले कर दीजिए वेबसाइट पर। वो कैंडिडेट ही बता देगा सर सिलेक्शन गलत हुआ है। Am I clear? किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो अब यहाँ पूछ लीजिए, फिर बाद में आप पूछते रहेंगे तो समझ में नहीं आएगा मुझे। माइक माइक देखिए, माइक से देखिए समझ में आ जाएगा।
From ST as a UR,
Yeah.
but if he wants to continue the status as ST,
he will continue the status.
Then this category I am interested in. Suppose ST candidate is selected in general, that is UR,
Yeah.
but he wants to maintain his status as ST.
No, see, if a scheduled tribe candidate is selected in UR, he will maintain his status. You can't take it away.
In case he wants to.
No, you don't have an option to take it away from him.
Okay.
Not that he wants to. Even if he says, I don't want to maintain my ST status, you don't have a choice. You have to tell the candidate that we will maintain your ST status.
Okay, sir.
You don't have a choice. And ST is a ST. Don't forget that he has a ST certificate. He is ST. So, for all benefits in future, he will get scheduled tribe benefits.
Including promotions, he will be eligible.
Yeah. Otherwise, he will say, sir, you please open my answer book. I will change some of my answers, reduce my marks. It will be farcical then. Because, don't forget, he is a scheduled tribe, but only thing he has done mistake, he has scored very high marks. That's the only mistake he has done. So we can't say that we will not treat you as a scheduled tribe. Tomorrow promotion comes up, he will get the benefit of reservation in promotion. Suppose you have a policy of reservation in government accommodation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, he will get that benefit also. I don't know, you have it or not? In Government of India, we have a reservation in government accommodation also. So we give them all the benefits. Am I clear? Is that okay? Anybody has any question to ask? Now from this you can make out some basic questions arise which you should be asking me. Suppose somebody does not join from UR. You send the offer of appointment to the candidates and they don't join. So you have to maintain a waiting list. If you don't maintain a waiting list, that's your problem. So after these names who have been selected, you should write extra names 2A, 2B, 2C, etc. Here you should write 4A, 4B. Here you write 10A, B, C. Call it by any name, alpha, beta, gamma, whatever. There should be names ready. The moment somebody says, I don't want to join, you will give the offer appointment to the next person. Am I clear or am I not clear? Is that okay? Just to check whether you got it or not. Suppose this EWS had got 90 marks. What would have happened? This EWS would have been selected as UR, and this candidate would not have got a job. EWS is not entitled to any relaxation. He is not entitled to age relaxation. He is not entitled to any other relaxation. So EWS will also go into own merit. Possibly he can. अगर इसके नंबर 90 हो मतलब नंबर क्या लिखे पहले बताइए। इट इज कोई इट नहीं, अगर इसका 90 नंबर होता तो हमें यहाँ डालना पड़ेगा 77। हाँ, ये छोड़ देता तो इट विल गो टू यूर। अगर आपके पास एक और ईडब्ल्यूएस है तो ठीक है, नहीं है तो इट विल शिफ्ट टू यूआर। अभी कोई पूछ रहा था कि सर हमारे यहाँ पे अलाउ नहीं करते हैं, तो फिर मुझे नहीं पता इसका क्यों नहीं अलाउ करते। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ऑर्डर्स आर वेरी क्लियर। और आपने अपना ऑर्डर तो कोई बनाया नहीं, आपने तो गवर्नमेंट का ऑर्डर लिया है। ये कौन सा पैरा दिखाया था मैंने? हाँ, ये देखिए पैरा 6.3। This is the order of the government of India which you have circulated. Para 6.3 makes it very clear. आप देखिए क्या लिखा हुआ, where in any recruitment year, any vacancy earmarked for EWS cannot be filled up due to non-availability of a suitable candidate belonging to EWS. Such vacancies for that particular recruitment year shall not be carried forward as a backlog. Huh? No. Kindly read, madam, 6.3 para. Please read what it says. You must read with your own eyes so that you remember it. Please read what 6.3 says. It says that if you do not find a EWS candidate, you don't have to keep it vacant. You don't find a scheduled tribe, obviously you will have to keep it vacant. But you don't find an EWS, you don't have to keep it vacant. You will fill it up by which category? Obviously, because it cannot go to SC, ST, they are fixed. So, agar EWS candidate does not accept, who will get the offer appointment? That's my question to you. If EWS does not join this candidate, who will get the offer appointment? That I also know. I'm saying, tell me the name of the person. किसको मिलेगा ऑफर? Prakash Gore will get the job. As simple as that. Okay? Now, let us try to understand this. Suppose Sandeep Mukherjee does not accept the offer. Everybody accepts the offer, Sandeep Mukherjee does not accept the offer. Who gets the job? Prakash Gore. If Sandeep Mukherjee and Gowde both do not accept the offer, two persons in the unreserved, they don't accept the offer. Then who gets the job? Tell me. Prakash Gore gets one. Who else? Number 25. General 85.5. So, are you getting a hang of it? It's very simple. Suppose all the 17 candidates accept the offer except SK, who is a scheduled tribe. Who is SK? Yes. Yeah, there is one name whose marks are not given. $54.5. So now, are you noticing one thing? If an unreserved does not accept the offer, not necessarily we will give it to general. We will give to person with the highest marks. That could be SC, ST, OBC. But if a scheduled tribe or a SC or a OBC does not accept the offer, then it will have to go to SC, ST, OBC. Are you following what I am saying? So if unreserved does not accept the offer, do not fall into the trap that it will have to be given to a general. In that case, you will have to see whoever marks next is the highest. He could be an SC, ST, anybody. Any question on this? Anybody has any doubt, any question before we move forward? Now when these candidates will join, so where will you write their names? Do you remember the format? What was the format? This was the format. So all 17 names will be written in this format. One after another as per their date of appointment. You will keep on writing their names. All 17 names you have written. And then you will wait for vacancies to arise in the cadre. As and when vacancies arise, you will fill it up accordingly. Okay? So suppose all 17 persons join and next year Sandeep Mukherjee and Gaude both resign and they go away. So how will you fill up these two vacancies? Gaude and Sandeep Mukherjee both resign next year. Two vacancies fall. How will you fill it up? You will see this roster and check what is point number 18 and 19 earmarked for. तो 18, 19 किसके लिए earmark है? याद नहीं होगा, मुझे भी याद नहीं है, लेकिन आप इसको देख लीजिए बस. कहाँ चला गया वो? ये रहा. यू आर एन ओबीसी. अपना दिमाग लगाना है नहीं लगाना, बताइए. लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, जैसा लिखा है वैसा करो. उसके बाद फिर और कोई चला जाता है 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 इस तरह से जाएंगे 100 तक जाएंगे. देन अगेन वन साइकिल ऑफ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 अप टू 100. बिल्कुल ही दिमाग नहीं लगाना रिजर्वेशन में, सब कुछ दे रखा है. अगर ये बड़ा कार्डर होता मोर देन 50, तो 2 लोग रिटायर हो जाते, तो तब हम क्या करते? उसी कैटेगरी से भरते जिस कैटेगरी का आदमी का गया हुआ है, सब्जेक्ट टू 50%. ये भी तो बोलिए. अगर मान लो 2 SC चले जाए, 2 ST चले जाए, 2 ST दोनों भर सकते हैं. 50% का लिमिट तो लगेगा ही लगेगा. Are you getting this? Such a simple thing. It's not difficult at all. But only thing you have to understand, there are two kinds of system: rotational and replacement. Register, roster. So I am winding up rosters. Any question on rosters, please feel free.
Sir, how the order of appointment will be decided? Or on the roster, how the names will be written?
As people join, whoever actually before joining, what you do? Normally in Government of India, we get the medical done, police verification done. Now we have done away with police verification also. We are saying the candidate can join, giving self-undertaking that there is no case against me, and he joins. We get the police verification done again after he joins. But I don't know what process you follow. If all 17 join on the same day, you write the name alphabetically. Doesn't matter. No.
All appointment order for all 70 will be issued one order.
No, what do you do when 17 people are accepting the offer? What do you do in Goa now? No, appointment order, how can that be as per merit? Seniority list will be as per merit. But appointment order, suppose this man does not join. He says, sir, I want 3 months extension. So will you wait for him to join? Others also you will ask, no, don't join. This is what I am asking. So joining is as per joining. When you will issue their seniority list will be as per their merit. Is that okay? I am not getting the question, to be honest. I am not very clear. That is basically seniority list you are saying. Order all 17 will have to be issued together.
How will it be arranged?
Whichever way you want. How does it matter? Because in any case, after they join, you will have to issue a seniority list. That's true. Because, please understand, it is the seniority which is as per merit. Order of appointment is as per whoever joins first. Normally in Government of India, what happens, we ask everybody to come on a single date and join. But suppose you are absolutely wrong. Appointment order is issued after he joins. How can you appoint a person before he is joining? So offer letter is different than appointment order. So that's what I am saying. Appointment order comes only when he is appointed. Before that, what you issue is called offer of appointment. Then he gives an acceptance. Then you ask him to join. That is not appointment order. Appointment order is once he comes and joins in his organization, thereafter next day or in the evening you issue a notification. Shri so and so in the post of so and so for a period is joining on so and so afternoon or forenoon. He will be under probation for 2 years. That is order of appointment. And after this, so when do you pay him salary? From which date? Date of? That is the date of appointment. Other letter which you have issued is useless, of no meaning. आप उल्टा कर रहे हैं तो मेरा क्या प्रॉब्लम है, आपका प्रॉब्लम है. Appointment order is from the date he is appointed. Suppose you issue an order, can he go around saying that I am appointed as a SDM or I am appointed as so and so? He is an SDM from the date he joins. That is the day when you start his salary. That is the day when you write his name in the rolls. That is the day when it goes to the cash section and he starts preparing salary. Whatever instructions or orders you have issued before that is of no value. And it is immaterial what we are discussing. Whenever you issue an appointment order, it is of no value. You have to separately issue a seniority list saying that these 17 candidates, this is the seniority list. And seniority list is as per merit. So anyway, that is beside the discussion. I think we are wasting our time on this. We have come here, I actually have been invited to deliver a lecture on what? Reservation. Okay. So now we will quickly try to understand the other part of reservation, that is reservation for persons with disabilities. Although reservation for SC, ST, OBC, EWS is separate, and reservation for all others, for example, PWD, ex-servicemen, is kept separate. And what it means is that if a PWD is SC, he will consume the SC quota as well as PWD. If he is a scheduled tribe, the same person will consume scheduled tribe quota also as well as the PWD quota. So therefore, one person is consuming two quotas. Now, Now, if there is an ex-serviceman reservation and there is a candidate who is ex-serviceman, he is a scheduled caste and also blind, the same person will consume three quotas: PWD, scheduled caste, and ex-serviceman. So that is why we are keeping all other reservation separate to SC, ST, OBC. And we have to apply the reservation for PWD absolutely separately, not mixing up with SC, ST, OBC. So next few hours we will try to understand how reservation for PWD is applied. Now how it is applied as per today, although there is no act of a parliament for reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. All the reservation that we have seen is as per orders. There is no act of a parliament applying reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. But for the PWD, we have an act of a parliament. The first question which arises, where do we find the list of posts which are identified for PWD? That is the first question. Everybody says, sir, in my department we have a post. Should we have PWD? Can we take PWDs in this? So in the government, we have Ministry of Social Justice and Welfare, where there is a website, and in that website we search for the post. Now, if you do not find any post in your organization in that list, I'm sure your department also must have a list. That does not mean it is exempted. You will have to seek exemption and send it to your concerned nodal department which is dealing with PWD. So nothing is exempted automatically. You can't say, sir, this post we can't take PWD, PWD cannot man this post. Every post is identified unless exempted. Okay. Now we have from 2016 a new act of a parliament which is called 2016 Act, and according to this act, the section 33 says that every department will identify posts for reservation with persons with benchmark disability. So it says the appropriate government shall identify posts in the establishment which can be held by the respective category of persons with benchmark disabilities in respect of the vacancies reserved in accordance with section 34. I'll come to 34 later, but this puts the entire responsibility on the appropriate government. So every government will have to work out that which posts are there on which you can recruit PWD. It will constitute an expert committee with representation of persons with benchmark disabilities for identification of such posts, and every 3 years undertake a periodic review of the identified post every 3 years. Because there are a lot of posts which maybe today we cannot identify for some benchmark, but new technologies are coming every day by which, let us say, a blind person also can work in that post by using some tools, gadgets. So therefore every 3 years this will be reviewed. Nobody has reviewed it actually. Huh? Pardon? Huh? Yeah, so now are you supporting me, disputing me? Huh? Okay, fine. Fine. I said every 3 years. Now what do you want to say? Every 2 years? So that means what? At best you can do it every 3 years. Fine. Now section 34 says there will be 4% reservation for persons with disability. Alright? Blindness was earlier also there, now also there. No difference. Earlier also blind reservation 1% was there, today also. As per new act also it is there. Earlier this 1% was for deaf, now also it is for 1%. So these two remains the same, no change. Earlier there was orthopedically handicapped, leprosy cured, etc. Now also there, but few new categories have been added. Locomotor disability was earlier also there, it is now there. Leprosy cured was earlier also there, now also there. Dwarfism was not there earlier. Dwarfism is a new category which has been added. Acid attack victims was not there earlier. Acid attack victims is now available in the persons with disability category. It has been treated as a disability. But it has to be an acid attack victim, not an acid attack accident. That also again is so the candidate has to get a certificate that not only she or he is an acid attack acid disfigured, but has to show that it is through a accident, not through an accident, but somebody is a attack or etc. So that is causing a lot of trouble, because normally what in normal practice is what is nobody goes to the police. So people settle it out. And then after when this reservation has come, a lot of girls are saying, at this stage, how can we prove that it was an attack on us? How will we prove that? We did not go to the police that time. So these are difficulties which is there with the bureaucracy for all cases. But these are new categories which have been added. Then the fourth category is an absolutely new category which was not there. Autism, intellectual disability, specific learning disability, and mental illness. So these four categories were not there, they have now been added. This has now become the additional 1%. Alright? So 1% is for the category D plus all the other three combined. So it says multiple disability from amongst persons under clause A to D, including deaf blindness in the post identified for each disability. This together has been allotted 1%. So earlier the upper three were 1% each, now fourth percentage has been added, which is the bottommost 2. So combined together it is 1%. Alright, so everybody is saying, sir, how we will identify. So please understand, it is the job of each government to every 3 years to sit down and decide which of the posts in their department can be identified for which category. It is possible that you have a post where all the 4 categories may not have been found appropriate. But it is identified suitable only for, let us say, locomotor disability, not for blind or, for example, night duty guard. Obviously, you cannot have a night duty guard who can't hear or who can't see. But you can have a night duty guard who is orthopedically handicapped, sitting at one place watching. In case of a problem, raises an alarm. So those kinds of activities have to be done by each department to find out whether a staff car driver. Can you have a blind staff car driver? I mean, legally speaking, he will not be issued a license. Although by and large in government they are blind, but legally speaking, you cannot. So there are certain police. In the police, you obviously have to be having people who are physically fit. So you may not have posts in fire brigade, police department as persons with disability for all categories. You may have it for only one particular category. So that is possible, but you will have to explore these possibilities. Now, section 34 gives 2 exceptions. You understand proviso and exception. So first exception is the reservation in promotion shall be in accordance with such instructions as are issued by the appropriate government from time to time. So when this act was made, reservation in promotion for PWD was not applied, because Government of India did not issue any orders. Because the act says as per orders, we issued no orders. The act is of which year? 2016. Till 2022 we did not issue an order. Because the idea was reservation in PWD in promotion would lead to again one big problem that juniors would be superseding many of their seniors and going to a higher post faster. So they will be hard won, etc. So, but we lost a case in front of the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said immediately go and issue orders. So in 2022, the Government of India issued an order for promotion in PWD. And rest of the states have followed. Although there was no need for them to wait for Government of India, they could have done it earlier also. The second proviso is any exemption from reservation. I am showing you the act. Please see, I am showing you the Parliament's act. I am not showing you the Government of India order. Any exemption from reservation in consultation with the Chief Commissioner or the State Commissioner. So in Goa, you will have to go to the State Commission. Only when the Commissioner is satisfied that this post cannot be manned by PWD, then only you get exemption, not otherwise. Alright? Now, I would request you to read clause 2 first. What conclusions you draw from here? What are the important things you draw? And from here, always remember Murti. And now you will also realize that reading is difficult. It's not everybody's cup of tea. To read and to conclude is a very difficult work. What do you find? What does it say? Tell me. In 2024, you have advertised 2 vacancies, both for UR, and out of them, 1 is for PWD. Let us say for blind. Now tell me after writing this. So whenever you are reading, keep a piece of paper and pencil in front of you, then try to interpret. Now tell me what will happen. You don't find a PWD candidate in the year 2024. So what will you do? First of all, if you don't find a PWD, you will keep 1 vacancy. You will fill up only 1 out of 2. You cannot fill up both the vacancies. First problem is this. This problem is not there in EWS. In EWS, if you don't find an EWS, what did we learn? You will fill it up. You don't find a scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, what do? You keep it vacant. Same you will do in PWD. So in 2024, you will fill up only 1 UR. 1 will be kept unfilled. In 2025, 2 vacancies arise, plus this 1 vacancy will also be advertised for blind again. But in this advertisement, you will also write that other category persons may also apply. In the first advertisement in 2024, you should write very clearly, only blind persons may apply, nobody else should apply. But in the second advertisement in 2025, you should write in the advertisement that this post is reserved for blind. Out of 3, 1 is reserved for blind. However, other categories may also apply, but we will take the other categories only if blind is not available. That means a blind with lower marks is available, you will have to take a lower marks blind first. You cannot select a higher marks orthopedically handicapped or higher mark hearing impaired first. You will have to take blind first. If blind is not available in 2025 also, then you will take anybody with the highest marks in that post. If no category PWD is available in 2025 also, then only you will take, then what you will do? नहीं, युवा तो एडवर्टाइज कर दिया आपने. You will take any able-bodied person, whichever category, SC, ST, OBC, if no other category is available in 2025. Am I clear? Is that okay? So please see, this is a very important problem or solution, that PWD is not available, you cannot fill it up in the first year. That's the problem, and that is not written in the Government of India order. Order also is writing same thing, but it's Parliament of India Act, which is applicable to state of Goa, state of Karnataka, all the states. So this problem has resulted in a lot of posts getting vacant and getting backlogged, but cannot be helped. So if you don't find a teacher, I don't know, let the school go to anywhere. If you don't find a doctor, can we have a doctor belonging to PWD? Yes, why not? So some of the posts of doctors are also identified for some categories. There's no problem. He is not a surgeon going into surgery. Suppose dermatologist. What is the problem if he can't, he is partially blind? He does not have to be fully blind. He is partially blind, okay. He can see in great light or large light or with specs. Okay. So this is a very important section of the Act, clause 2 under section 34. Yeah. It is not. No, it's not like this. He can migrate. He can apply directly. You apply post of a doctor tomorrow. It is unreserved vacancy. He can apply. There's no problem. But SC, ST, OBC will have to be an SC, ST, OBC only of Goa. It cannot be of any other place. Alright? Now, माइक दे दीजिए माइक, वरना यही इन्होंने जो क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं वही पूछ रहे हैं वो दोबारा. In all probability.
Sir, now we have filled the post from whichever category we are able to find. Maybe open or reserve. And after that, next year vacancy arises. Then again we will have to advertise it for
PWD.
One ironical thing has happened with my institution. What happened was I was appointed liaison officer, and before that there was another liaison officer. Due to oversight, he did not fill this PWD post. So when I went for verification with the social welfare, I was asked for explanation. So then I told it is due to oversight. Then a lot of documentation we had to do. So that time we were at 40, we had just crossed 50. So
point number 15.
Yes. So it was supposed to be the second post for PWD. One we already had. So after that, what happened was we advertised post, but we did not get the candidate. Now after that, we were intending to advertise, but we were not given NOC to fill the post. So in future, if the workload arises and we get NOC, so the post we have to advertise for PWD. Am I right? So this is ironical.
All I can say, you are not wrong.
Okay. But due to oversight, when it was not filled, it was a mistake.
This is the problem in government is, government gives an order, it has to be followed. It doesn't say if it is not followed what to do.
I will tell you, sir, why it happened. Because the previous liaison officer said that it was not shown in roster points.
Okay.
So that is the reason he did not do that.
But if he was not shown, was he prevented from seeing it?
No, he was not prevented.
So then,
So
what do you mean by not shown? Was he, tied to the ropes and put in a room separately for 10 days and then advice was done? He should have, his officer is duty bound to ensure that all the data which has to be seen
it
should
is
be
a
seen.
matter of ignorance.
So it's okay. Problem is, in future you give it to PWD. See, let's go with the larger concept. If you have not given, give it now. And that is what this your social welfare department is doing. They are going around all departments, which whoever department has not applied PWD so far, they are saying you have a backlog of PWD. And they have issued a list of names of the organization, names also they have given. This organization 2 backlog, this organization 3 backlog, etc. etc. So otherwise, what else will they do? Alright? So now let us quickly see where PWD reservation is applicable. So it is applicable in direct recruitment group C and D. It is applicable in direct recruitment group A and B. Okay? And it is in promotion, it is applicable up to the lowest rank of group A where reservation is applicable. So up to the level where reservation is applicable in promotion, PWD reservation is also. Where reservation for SC/ST is not applicable, PWD reservation is not applicable. Please note this important point. So when in promotion, the reservation for SC/ST stops at group A level, it will stop there. But before that, you will have to apply. Alright? Now, reservation roster for PWD. Please understand this. First of all, this is not post-based, it is vacancy-based. Reservation for SC/ST, OBC is post-based. In cadre with 50 or more, it is post-based. But in PWD, it is always vacancy-based. Every year vacancy would come, we will calculate 4% of the vacancies and apply it accordingly. So, the roster will be of 100 points and point number 1, 26, 51, 76 will be earmarked for PWD. Now this 100-point roster is not a SC/ST roster, it is a separate roster. You remember what is roster? The very meaning of roster is rotation. So you will maintain a 100-point roster separately for promotion, separately for direct recruitment. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now important. This 100-point roster is not for each post. For entire group C, you will maintain 100-point roster for direct recruitment, 100-point roster for promotion. For entire group A, you will maintain 100-point roster, not for each post, but for entire group A. That means all the vacancies that arise in group A, you will plot in that single 100-point roster. Alright? SC/ST roster, you remember, we maintain for each post separately. Remember in the morning we discussed it? But for PWD, we will not maintain it separately for each. We will maintain it group wise. We will maintain it group wise. The format is given for this also. It is available, I will show it to you, but this is a basic concept. It is group wise. Now let us take one very quick example to understand how we will apply this reservation. Suppose there is a government of Goa department, let us say police department of government of Goa, and in the year 2024, let us say, in that police department of government of Goa. In the group C, so many vacancies have arisen. How many vacancies have arisen? 135. What is the breakup of the vacancy? 40 vacancies have arisen in clerk grade, 20 have arisen in steno grade. Staff car driver grade, how many vacancies have arisen? 15. Constable 35, assistant sub inspector 15, laboratory assistant 10. Is that okay? Now let us, for assumption's sake, so that we understand what is the law or instructions, let us just assume, I am not saying this is the law, but assume that these are the posts which are identified. The other posts are exempted from PWD. Let us assume this. I am not at all saying that constable is exempted. In fact, constable in the police department is identified for PWD. Because all constables don't have to do field duties. There are constables who are barber, there are constables who are cook. They are all called constables. So you can apply reservation. What is the problem if a cook is partially blind or orthopedic? There is no problem. But I am assuming here, for the keep of understanding, that if there are certain posts which are exempted, those vacancies have to also be included for calculation of 4%, even if they are exempted. As in this example, the staff car driver, constable and assistant sub inspector are not identified. Even then we are calculating the vacancies which have arisen in that cadre for the purpose of 4% calculation. This is important. Am I making clear? So out of 135, we will have to calculate 4%, not out of 40 plus 20, 60 plus 10, 70. We will have to calculate 4% from 135. So what we will have to do? 135 vacancies have arisen in the group C in this year. No other vacancy have arisen. If there would have been other vacancies, we would have taken that also. So what we will do? How many of these will be reserved for PWD? Where we will plot it? How did you calculate 5? We'll have to plot it in the 100-point roster for group C. Starting from 1. One, 26, 51, 76, 101, 126. So if you plot 135 vacancies in that group C roster, not 5 but 6 vacancies come out for reservation of PWD. Am I clear? कितना वैकेंसी निकल के आया PWD के लिए, रिजर्वेशन के लिए? 6, 5 नहीं। कैसे 6 निकल के आया? हमने 100 पॉइंट रोस्टर में प्लॉट किया 135 वैकेंसी को, तो हम 135 तक जाते हैं तो 135 में कितना पॉइंट निकल के आता है? 6। हाँ, बट वी विल नॉट कैलकुलेट परसेंटेज ना। देखिए, आप ये देखने की कोशिश करिए, अगर हम परसेंटेज कैलकुलेट करेंगे 4% ऑफ द एक्चुअल वैकेंसीज, तो सपोज एवरी ईयर 10 वैकेंसीज कम। लेट अस लुक एट दिस होल प्रॉब्लम। हर साल 10 वैकेंसी आता है उस डिपार्टमेंट में, तो कभी लगेगा ही नहीं PWD का रिजर्वेशन। सो देयरफॉर वी आर मेंटेनिंग, यू रिमेंबर दैट कॉन्सेप्ट चाय वाला। ये हम कर क्यों रहे हैं रोटेशन? लेकिन 4% हम कैसे लगाएं? वैकेंसी तो आएगा ही नहीं किसी डिपार्टमेंट में। In other words, just I know you are tired, but just try to understand. If you fill up 100 vacancies, how many PWDs you are reporting? 4. If you are recruiting 200 vacancies, you are recruiting 8 PWDs. You are recruiting 300 vacancies, you are recruiting 12 PWDs. That is what is the percentage. If you apply 4% every year single vacancy, it will go wrong. Am I clear? देखिए बोलिए, देखिए आपको समझ में आ रहा है? थोड़ा सिंपल है ये। तो आपको कितना वैकेंसी निकल के आया पीडब्ल्यूडी के लिए रिजर्वेशन करना है? 6 कहाँ करना है? हैं? नहीं, 6 तो आपको ये कैलकुलेशन ये बता रहा है कि 6 वैकेंसी आपको पीडब्ल्यूडी के रिजर्व करना पड़ेगा। कहाँ पे? नहीं, रोस्टर में तो बता दिया कि 6 वैकेंसी पीडब्ल्यूडी है। आपको रिजर्वेशन तो इन पोस्टों पे करना है ना जो आइडेंटिफाइड है, नॉन आइडेंटिफाइड पे तो नहीं कर सकते आप। जो पोस्ट आइडेंटिफाइड ही नहीं है उस पर पीडब्ल्यूडी तो नहीं ले सकते आप, है ना? ठीक है ना? जो पोस्ट आइडेंटिफाइड है उस पर तो नहीं ले सकते। लेना तो हमें किस में पड़ेगा? जो आइडेंटिफाइड है। तो अब द हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट विल डिसाइड कि ये जो 6 पीडब्ल्यूडी निकल के आया है वो 2 हम क्लर्क में दे देंगे, 2 स्टेनोग्राफ डी में दे देंगे, 2 लेबोरेटरी असिस्टेंट में दे देंगे। ही कैन आल्सो टेक अ डिसीजन की 3 दे दो क्लर्क में, 2 स्टेनोग्राफ डी में, 1 लेबोरेटरी असिस्टेंट। ही हैज टू बी इक्वल एज फार एज पॉसिबल, इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड। दिस लिबर्टी इज वेटेड। लेकिन 6 पीडब्ल्यूडी आपको देने ही पड़ेगा। 6 कैसे निकल के आया? क्यों निकल के आया? क्योंकि we have taken the vacancies even of those posts which are not identified. अगर हम ये 3 वैकेंसी का कैलकुलेशन नहीं करते, स्टाफ का, ड्राइवर, कांस्टेबल, असिस्टेंट सब इंस्पेक्टर, तो 6 थोड़ी ना निकल के आता। You getting my point? Okay? So suppose I am the what? I'm the secretary of the department and I have decided 2 of the PWD will be in the clerk, 2 in the stenograph D, and 2 in the laboratory assistant. Okay? I take that call. Now I call you or you and I say that by today evening, please put up a file for advertisement of the vacancies of clerk, out of which 2 will be PWD. So now you tell me, anybody can answer, what will be the advertisement be? And if you correctly answer, you can break for tea. Those who will not answer, they will have to wait. So I have called you and I have said by today evening, please, I want the file in my table, that what will be the advertisement for the clerks in the newspaper. Don't give me gyan. You cannot give gyan to your secretary. Secretary is given direction. Please, good evening, good evening. So you have to immediately run and prepare the file and put up it by evening. So what is the breakup that you will advertise? Anybody? Take your time, discuss, and I want the answer. We will not break for tea unless I get the answer. And I can guarantee you know the answer. चालीस वैकेंसी का क्या ब्रेकअप होगा? 2 पीडब्ल्यूडी मैंने आपको बता दिया है। मान लो दोनों ब्लाइंड करके बोल दिया, वो तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। आप बताओ, आप सबको पता है। आप लोग ढीले हो गए हो, टायर्ड हो गए हो। मैं टायर्ड नहीं हूँ, आप कैसे हो गए टायर्ड? मुझे पता नहीं, मुझे तो ज्ञान नहीं चाहिए, मुझे आंसर चाहिए। आई एम सेक्रेटरी, मैं थोड़ा बैठ बैठ के आपका ज्ञान सुनूंगा। I want the file. What is the advertisement breakup of clerk 40 vacancies? Discuss. Out of this 2 will be PWD ना? वो तो मैं बता चुका हूँ। मैं तो आपको बता चुका हूँ। 2 पीडब्ल्यूडी तो मैंने बोल दिया आपको। आप 40 में से 2 पीडब्ल्यूडी चाहेगा, ये तो मैंने आपको बता दिया है। आप SC ST OBC का ब्रेकअप बताओ मुझे। आपको इतना तो समझ में आ रहा है ना कि जब आप क्लर्क का वैकेंसी 40 निकालेंगे न्यूज़पेपर में, तो आपको ये भी बताना पड़ेगा कितना एससी, कितना एसटी, कितना ओबीसी, कितना ईडब्ल्यूएस और कितना यूआर। ये ब्रेकअप आपको बताना पड़ेगा। इस 40 में से, इन सब में से 2 पीडब्ल्यूडी है, ये तो मैंने आपको बता दिया है। आपको तो ये बताना है, उसके बिना तो आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट नहीं कर सकते, है ना। बोलिए, ब्रेकअप बताइए। हाँ, देखिए, कैन यू डिसाइड अनलेस आई टेल यू व्हाट इज द cadre strength? How can you decide it? Unless I tell you that the cadre strength of this clerk grade is, let us say, 200 and 40 vacancies have arisen. Just remember, I told you this in the earlier also. If out of 40 general have gone away, all 40 will go for you. So I don't know who has gone away. Please understand, these are 40, not 40 posts. These are 40 vacancies. Number of posts will be much larger. So you can't decide this answer unless you see the register. In all probability, where 40 vacancies are coming, it will be a register. The number of sanctioned players will be more than 50. It will be more than 100, 200. So that register only alone will tell me what is the breakup for all this. It is possible that scheduled caste will be 0. It is possible scheduled tribe are 5, OBCs are 10, EWS is 4, and rest you are. I don't know. The first reaction of somebody, including my friend who now immediately got when I answered, everybody was calculating out of 40 vacancies, 12% of 40 will go to scheduled tribe, 2% of 40 will go to SC, and 27% of 40 will go to OBC. No! You don't know what is the breakup of 40 unless you see the register. And every department is doing this. They are taking 40 vacancies, 40 का लगाओ 12% scheduled tribe को, 29 OBC को, so whatever is the breakup, only the register will tell. So this is what we will advertise, and we will say this is the breakup for UR, SC, ST, OBC, EWS, and out of these 40, 2 are for PWD. Which one? I do not know. If a scheduled caste is selected, he will consume the scheduled caste as well as PWD. If a scheduled tribe is selected, then he may be PWD plus scheduled tribe. If an OBC is selected who is PWD, then he will be consuming the OBC reservation, at the same time one of the PWD reservation. Am I clear? Is that okay? So now the secretary has called you and said, those 10 vacancies laboratory assistant, I want the advertisement by evening today. What will you do now? Immediately you will run, ask the dealing hand, show me the reservation. What? Roster or register? It could be roster also. How do you know it is registered? It depends on the number of posts. So you will see and see what are the next 10 points coming up in the register or roster. And if it is a roster, you will see the next 10 points. And then you will decide this is the breakup of SC/ST. And you know out of 10, one has been given to PWD. You go to them and throw the file at this table and come back. This is what I will do. Am I clear? So we will not talk much. What we will do? We will do the exercise. So please, Asha, we will break for tea. We'll break for tea and then come with the exercise.